My Cobra, when we built that for 40 grand. Hand hammered the body, made the whole thing. It's Cobra, but it wasn't built by Cobra. It's a replica because we built it for 40. Unfortunately, it's still worth 40. You know, if I bought the one for 80, it'd be worth $1.2 million now. So it just goes to show you.
One of the things I wanted to talk to you about was Ken Miles. He was hand building a few cars, and he did the Flying Shingle.
Yeah, I remember that car.
We did the documentary Racing Through the Forest, which was the Pebble Beach documentary about the road races there.
Right.
And found a guy up in Yuba City that has Ken Miles'
Oh, he does?
Flying Shingle. Yeah. So he invited us up and he let us drive it. It was
and what motor's in that?
The MG.
Oh, what was that?
Yeah, the MG. It was a rebodied MG, and it was so hard to get into. Like, and I have footage of him running around Pebble Beach. That just shows how easy those guys made it look, and it's incredibly hard.
When you realize that era was halfway in development of the automobile.
Yeah.
Figure automobiles came in their own about 1910. We had them before then, but that's when they were getting popular. So 1910 to the 60s is about the same amount of time from the 60s to now. So the halfway point, you got the 427 Cobra, you got the Mustang, you got the Corvette. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
You know, but cars have changed more since the year 2000 than they did from 1910 to 2000.
Yes.
Because it's all computers and relays and all that now. Well, there's about 208 cars here. They're all on the road. There are a few others that are not on the road. These are all French here. Talbot-Lago, Delahaye, Delage, Citroën, Panhard. I love French design because you know,
very unique.
All the other car manufacturers are from like Detroit, Stuttgart, you know, industrial, kind of dirty. French, they built in the middle of Paris, city of light, you know, so there's always an airy sort of feel to the cars.
Yeah.
And the most comfortable car in the world, that DS21. You ever sit in one of those?
No.
Sit in it.
Look at that. It looks like a couch.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that?
Oh.
And then when you start it, it rides on a cushion of air and it lifts up.
Does it? It has like a compressor in there.
And there's no brake pedal. You just press the floor. See the button? Yeah. Just apply pressure to the floor and you stop.
Really? That's the brakes?
Yeah. Designed in 1955. Yeah.
Wow. And so you've got some great Bugattis here. Those seem like just a, you know, something that's out of reach for almost anybody. But
well, it's funny. I got them when they were just expensive. Now it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But some of them, like that blue and white one right there, I got off a guy named Robert Dunlap. He was one of the 3 founders of the American Bugatti Club. This is it right here, a 1928 Type 37A supercharged Bugatti. So I bought, he was quite an older man, and I bought that car from him. And he had about 4 or 5 small dressers with 4 drawers in it, you know, filled with all the Bugatti facts and everything.
Wow.
And this being California, it doesn't really rain that much, so I never really got to go through the car. It was more fun driving the car and using it than reading about it, you know. And then we had, about 10 years ago, 15 years ago, we had like 6 weeks of rain every day. So I was just stuck here. So I started. Then I find out that's Pierre Veron's car. He raced that in the Grand Prix in 1931.
Oh my
it rained on the Tango floor. It rained also. So I gave this information to Bugatti. And when they did the Veron and unveiled it at Pebble Beach, they did it in the blue and white of this. We put this car up there with it. And it went from a $100,000 car to a $2.5 million car, just based on the provenance, you know. So that, I mean, that makes it interesting. That's the story that, oh, that's good, you know. You know, I got a 66 Lincoln there, you know, the convertible with the walk like an Egyptian top that does all the. And this lady called me up, and she's 94 years old, and she and Marilyn Monroe were roommates, and they came out here to be famous. Marilyn got famous. She didn't, but she was still beautiful. Yeah. So she married a rich guy, and he bought her that in '66, and she went Beverly Hills, nail salon, country club, supermarket, hair salon, home. You know, about every 2 weeks she made that. And she put 1,000 miles on it a year for like almost 60 years.
Wow.
So when I went to buy, you know, it's just an interesting story. I go to see her, And she comes down the stairway like Loretta Young, you know, that old TV show. That's a really old TV show. But from the back, you'd think she was 18. I mean, she had the bone structure. You'd guess, what's this woman, 55, 56 years old? She was 94. I mean, she just looked great, you know. And she loved this car and talked about Marilyn Monroe, and they were friends. It was just a fascinating, oh, now I have to have this car. I mean, it's got a real history, one owner, never been restored, just nicely maintained, you know.
Wow.
That's what I like. This one you thought about? Yeah.
Yes. Oh my God.
Well, these are all aero engines here. You'd like this one here. We designed and built the body here.
You built the body here?
Yeah, wanted to look period correct. And this has a 27-liter Merlin aircraft engine in it. We used our 3D printer to make the intake manifold so we could run Webers on it. So it's, I think it's the only Merlin running on Weber carburetors. We took off the two-stage supercharger because that required 150 horsepower to run, and it would have piled up here like this.
Oh my God.
So we ended propeller end into the transmission, 6-speed, and it runs good. Runs good. 60-gallon gas tank. You're not really getting very good mileage.
It's very eco-friendly.
Yeah. That's an M47 patent tank engine, Korean War era, built under license by Chrysler. Most tank engines were diesel. This is gas. They ran gas engines until somebody hit one with a grenade and they realized maybe gas isn't the best thing. So they went to that. They then switched to diesel after that.
Wow.
But this thing, oh, it's fabulous. You know, we put Bosch fuel injection, we put twin turbochargers on it, put an Allison 6-speed double overdrive transmission. So it turns a quarter mile in the high 12s, which isn't bad. Yeah. It weighs 5 tons.
It looks like it.
Yeah.
That looks.
But it's meant to move 80 tons, so it's really under stress.
That is so much car right there.
Yeah, you get a lot of car. This is Arnold Schwarzenegger's favorite car. When he comes here, yeah, it's fantastic. And it's like the Terminator, it's a fantastic car. You have to sell me this car. He wants this car.
Does he?
Yeah, he loves this. Now, this car here is Gordon Murray's first production car. He built, I think, 51 or 52 of these. They were hand-built in the 90s. It was 70 grand, the same as a Porsche. So
70 grand.
Unless you're single or divorced, you're not going to buy this, you know. But it's a wonderful handling car. I mean, all the bird cage frame. I mean, look at the frame of this thing.
Oh my God.
Extremely rigid. 147 horsepower, 775 pounds. You have 2 gearboxes, so you have 6 speeds, and you still have 12 speeds. Wonderful handling car. Incredibly quick.
You said you've taken this out on the road.
Oh no, it's street legal.
Yeah.
See? Here's your headlights right here.
Look at that.
Oh yeah, it's a street legal car, yeah.
And it's named the Rocket.
Yeah, the Rocket, yeah. Built by the Light Car Company.
And it has 2 seats.
Yeah, it does have 2 seats, yeah.
Wow. And then that almost doubles your payload on that one.
That's right.
Put 2 people in there.
And when you get killed in it, just drop the whole thing in the ground, take the wheels off, and it's a coffin, yeah. I mean, there's no logic to it. I just buy things that I like. You know, I never consider myself a car collector. I was so bristled to that term because we're just collecting shiny things, you know. So the idea of actually use it and work on it, that really brings it home, you know.
A lot of people, they'll buy a car and they'll sit on it and it just sits and they dust it with a
Yeah, I mean, it's
diaper.
kinetic artwork. It's fascinating. To me, like that little painting, the Scream, you know,
Yeah.
it's like this big. It's $110 million. Well, to have something like that Bugatti over there, the blue one in the corner, which is a sort of rolling Art Deco sculpture, and it actually works. You can see all the things move and the supercharger go around. And, it seems like just way more fascinating than having a little picture in a frame.
It is, yeah.
Well, I don't have any top 3. Everybody has a different idea what they like. I mean, you have all eras of transportation. We have steam, we have gas turbine, we have electric. You've got supercars. I mean, I guess the most sense would be the F1 McLaren, because I bought that for $800,000, and now it's worth about $20 million. So, okay. But that's not a car you could use every day.
No.
So that's not really practical. So it's hard to sort of pick which one. If you only keep one, you know, suddenly we live in communist China and you only have one car. You know, so I'm not sure which it would be. Have to be something practical.
Building's on fire, you have time to save one car.
Well, again, assuming the fire would hold off till you choose.
We're going to wait to burn it down, but you got to pick one car and get it out of here.
The idea that the fire would only happen in these specific circumstances.
Oh, beautiful. Well, thank you very much.
Well, thanks.
You have no idea what this is.
I have no idea what we did, so it's fine. You're correct. I have no idea. I thought it was a car show. I don't know. Yeah, see if you can figure out what this is.
Get out of here.
If you're going on a picnic, you know.
Wow.
Well, she's opening the champagne.
Right.
Yeah?
How long it plays depending on how much wine you want to do.
It's a lot of crack in there.
But there's no electricity. It's all strictly mechanical.
That is fantastic.
That's amazing. Oh my God.